Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam.
Namaskar. Welcome to UGC Human Resource Development Center of Gujarat University, Ahmedabad. I am Professor Dr. Jagdish Joshi, Professor and Director of this UGC Human Resource Development Center of Gujarat University, Ahmedabad. I welcome you all to this e-content series, discussion series of UGC Human Resource Development Center of Gujarat University, Ahmedabad. Friends, these HRDCs are meant for all of us, all the human resources, or the academicians and administrators working in the field of higher education. Our basic goal, our motto is to equip, to develop and update the professionals, the academicians and administrators working in higher education in India. We impart professional development training to all college and university teachers, as well as university and college administrative and non-teaching professionals. We are going to talk about use of ICT in higher education today. I'm very happy to introduce the resource person of today, Dr. Nilesh K. Modi, a researcher and academician. He believes in enhancement, upgradation, and innovation. Dr. Nilesh Modi is having a rich experience of about 17 years in academics and IT industry. He is a professor and director of School of Computer Science and having charge of controller of examination and NEC coordinator of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University, Ahmedabad. He is holding doctorate in e-security. He is holding expertise on cybersecurity and certification on an ethical hacking. He has been awarded with the prestigious Career Award for Young Teachers for financial year 13-14 by All India Council for Technical Education. He has been awarded another prestigious project as a principal investigator for the MODROB, that means modernization and removal of obsolescence. And that is a scheme for the financial year 2013-14 under All India Council for Technical Education. He has worked as a recognized supervisor for PhD and MPhil for different universities where he has worked. He has reviewed number of PhD and MPhil and MTech theses for different universities. He has very good number of research under his name and presented more than 75 research papers in international and national journals and conferences. He delivered number of expert talks on e-security and hacking in national and international conferences. I'm very happy to invite him as a resource person for our this e-content initiative. Welcome, Dr. Nilesh Modi.
Namaskar friends. In today's session, we are going to discuss social media and cybersecurity. And today's theme is security in education, security in health, and security for the society. So let's begin with our presentation. Friends, if a service does not charge you, then you are paying in other ways. So in present scenario, nothing is free for anybody. So whatever you are getting any kind of services, so those services are basically you are paying in other ways. So let's discuss what exactly our session says. So let's discuss online versus offline. So what exactly online is and how exactly we being a offline. So first let's discuss offline. So we have our school friends, we have our family friends, we have our family, we have work colleagues. So in earlier days, when there was no such concept of online, so at that particular time we have segregated all our groups and all our friends in a different scenario, in a different group. So we were discussing whatever things were during our school days. So those were discussed being our friends in schools. Whatever we were discussing or whatever we were having some sort of problems or other things, then we were discussing all these things in a family friends and family. Just like in other ways, we are discussing some sort of points with our colleagues, and all these discussions, all these points and all these things, we never discussed some sort of things related to school friends with work colleagues or work colleagues with family or another way. But in a patient scenario, the same thing has got changed. Okay, so here we are in the center, and all these friends and family and other, they are in a group, they are in a single group. Okay, so we do not have any bifurcation whether he is particularly our family friend or school friend or our work colleague. So there is no such isolation or there is no such differentiation between friends. So they all are being considered on a equal forum. Okay, so that is the basic difference between online, offline and online. Let's discuss with another example. So before discussing the example, let's discuss what exactly social media is. So social media is just nothing but a web-based platform where for free we can connect and interact with other people. So here for free is we are not paying any particular thing, or we are not paying financial or any money to that particular platform for using or for connecting to our friends. Okay, so here it is free. So they are providing some sort of services related to connecting and interacting with the people. There are other platforms, or there are platforms where there is more than two-way communication. Okay, so in some sort of communication, people can communicate or people can connect, but in nowadays there are plenty of platforms available. They can provide connecting or communicating with the people, okay, amongst group as well as in a two-way communication. So it's about shared experiences, and we have replicated this online. So this is all about means earlier the people used to do campfire, then watching movie, going for concert and some other activities. So whatever we were doing, that we were doing in a specific group. So this is all about meeting people and communicated with those we know. Okay, so we are communicating with the people. So this is all about online and offline. So this is one of the platforms. So in this slide or next few slides, we will discuss what exactly social media platform and how exactly we are reaching to that particular platform. But in return, what exactly that particular user is giving to that particular platform. So let's discuss some sort of facts and figures. So we have 1.28 billion plus monthly active users on Facebook, and out of those 1.01 billion plus mobile active users as of March 2014. So India alone is over 100 million plus, more than 50 million plus Facebook pages, and that count has got changed in last 5 years. So 75% of the engagement on the post happens in first 5 hours. Okay, so what exactly we are giving in return? So we are giving some sort of information related to gender, related to age, related to location, job, friends, interest, pages, post, education, likes, religion, marital status and all. So basically we people are using or entering all this information on the social media platform. Okay, and but we are not knowing where all this information are being used. Okay, how exactly this particular platform are using this information, and where it is being means forwarded, or some sort of where it is being used. Let's discuss some other platform. So one of the famous platform. So on this particular platform, 255 plus million active users, 1 billion plus total users, 500 million tweets per day, and this trend has got changed. 78% of active users are on mobile, 46% of users tweet at least once in a day. So what exactly we are giving to this particular platform as a user, because we are using free services from this particular platform. So, we are giving our location via tweet this, behavior tracking and number of other things we are providing to this particular platform. Let us discuss another platform. This is one of the famous platform, that is Google Plus. So, on this particular platform 540 million monthly active users, 1.6 billion plus total users, 22% of adults visit once in a month, average time spent is 7 minutes per month. Google Plus one button is used 5 billion times per day. So, what exactly users are giving in return to the Google Plus? So, user profile for ads, circle, post and photos. So, this is being provided to the Google in return to the services users are being used. LinkedIn, one of the widely used professional platform that is available on social media. So, on this particular platform somewhere around 187 million monthly active users. We have 300 million plus total users on LinkedIn, 39 million students and grades, reaches somewhere around 200 countries and almost 44,000 daily job applications posted. So, what exactly this platform is using from the users? So, organization details, skill matrix, email address, education, age, gender and many more. So, there are plenty of platforms, social media platforms available and users are freely using all these services and in return they are providing various information to the social media platform. Okay. So, let us discuss how exactly social media can be used for the education. There are plenty of applications available, there are plenty of mobile applications available, there are plenty of web applications available and user can use all these applications for providing teaching and learning scenario to the students in this pandemic situation. So, let us discuss one by one. So, about.me, so that is one of the platform. So, if you do not have website, then this is for you. So, it aggregates your social media content, giving you a style and one page website. Okay. So, you being a teacher or a faculty, you can have your own website and you can publish it onto internet, so that you can provide all about what exactly you being in a academic scenario. Then the other tool is academia.edu. Through this you can share your papers, track their impact, follow colleagues. So, there are plenty of other things that you can avail from this particular platform. Then Allmetric, that is subscription based tracker for your publications that impact across different social media metrics. So, this is one of the most important tool that can avail to have a discussion about your publications, your research. Amazon Author Central, wherein you can create a profile page, add your authored books, link to social media, upload videos. So, this is again a very important and very fruitful tool that you can have to provide some of the information related to your books and related to some sort of your social media link, and you can upload the videos. AutoCollage. AutoCollage is just nothing but a free Microsoft tool that you can use in teaching. It uses face and object recognition to swiftly create a collage of several images. Okay, so you need not to do all these things manually. Then Bitly. Bitly is one of the most important or widely used tool that can shorten your web link. So, if you have any web link, so you can save, you can search and organize all your links from around the web, group them into bundles and share them with the friends. Then SiteUlike, a social bibliographic database for your readings. So if you suppose you like some sort of website, so that you can bookmark those websites. Okay. So here with the use of this social bibliographic database, you can bundle all your readings, all your important web likes or web links, and you can provide it to anybody. Then CreateSpace. It is a kind of and a part of Amazon, helping you to self-publish all those books and you have written. Okay. So that you can create your own space wherein you can provide all your material to your students. So one another tool that is available is Dropbox. So it is for making sure the essential are backed up and sharing your large files. So friends, whenever you have some sort of information or some sort of document that you want to share it with anybody, and that is of larger size, so you can use this platform. So with the use of Dropbox, you can store or you can back up all your documents, all your video, all your audio, or any other PDF or any other content. You can upload it onto Dropbox and you can share those links related to Dropbox to your friends. So that is one of the most important tool that you can use. Then Image. So if you are bored with PowerPoint and scared of Prezi, then you can try Image. It's pretty snazzy. So you can have some sort of professional look, you can have some sort of animated look, and that is quite different from the regular tools like PowerPoint and some sort of tool that is being used by many of the students. So that is Prezi. So it gives some sort of professional look. Then EndNote Web. So whenever you want to write some sort of note, okay, or the online bibliographic package for storing your reading lists. So this is one of the informative, or this is one of the widely used tool, that is EndNote Web. Again, the another tool that you can use, and many of the mobile users are being using into that their mobile, that is Evernote. So Evernote is, if you like taking notes at conferences and want to share them or just to have them accessible across devices. So this is one of the most important tool or application, wherein while attending any conference, while attending any meeting, you need not to carry a physical notepad. So you can just use your mobile and you can write, or you can just communicate, or you can have a note into your mobile. So that is most important tool while attending some sort of meeting or conferences. Then most widely used, and many of the people are using this tool, that is related to Google. So Google has provided various tools like Google Docs, Google Presentation, Google Sheet, and Google Drive. So Google Drive is a tool wherein you can store any of your file, any of your data, you can back up those data, and for collaborative writing. The another tool is Google Scholar, and that is being widely used by the research scholars. Okay. So recently providing additional services such as Google Authors and citation tracking for you or people you rate. Then another tool is Kahoot. So that is being, or we can say it create, play and share games, make your own quiz or poll via Scott Colton. Then the another one is Moodle. So Moodle is an open source course management system that is being widely used by in education fraternity. So the another tool is Kahoot, and Kahoot, with the use of Kahoot, you can create, play and share games, make your own quiz or poll. Another tool is Moodle, that is widely used in education, in academia, and that is being used for open source course management system. So you can create your own course, you can develop some sort of MOOCs, you can prepare your own learning material, and you can upload all these things onto Moodle by creating your own course or you creating your own program, okay, and that can be shared with your students. Then PollReady. This tool is used to create free polls on your website, okay. So whenever you want to take some sort of survey and you want to take some sort of information from your users or your user base, so you can use this tool. The another tools are, again we discuss about Prezi. So this tool is being used by students for preparing or creating some sort of presentation. So you can spice up your presentation with the zooming software, and now it is available with 3D also. So the another tool is Quora. It is basically used to ask a question, find an answer, subject and topic guides, one tool to initiate research development, okay. So suppose if you don't have some sort of information, or if you want to learn something about a specific word or specific document, so you can ask a question related to this particular document onto Quora, and those who are using those particular thing or those who are having knowledge related to that particular content or that particular concept, they can interact with each other. So that this is one of the most informative, and those who have related experience, they are sharing some sort of information onto user. So you have live some sort of conversation with the experts as well. Then ResearchGate. ResearchGate is again a social networking site for the academics, wherein you can publish or you can upload the content related to your research. You can upload your research paper, so anybody can refer those papers and they can cite them, and further so you can have some sort of review of another researcher's paper, and you can have review on your research paper, so that you can improve your research capability, and it will be available to all the users for their future reference. Skype, that is one of the most widely used video conferencing on the fly. So basically Skype was being used by many of the professionals for their day-to-day discussion related to while they are staying at different location. But nowadays Zoom, then Webex and Google Meet, they are being used widely in this pandemic situation. Then SlideRocket. So you can design, share your presentation online with the use of SlideRocket. Then SlideShare. So as it says, upload your documents, slides for public viewing, okay. So once you have prepared some sort of presentation, so you can upload this particular your presentation onto web forum with the use of SlideShare. Another one is Snapchat. So this is a kind of social media platform. So with the use of some sort of creative content without a footprint, delete after a day, and another way to reach each other. So that is popular with the students. Then SoundCloud. This is for anyone wanting to share or find audio material. So this is a neat solution to share their content, their audio content as well. Then another one is Udemy. So I guess Academy for you, so that join, upload a course, slides, video lectures, and even charge for it, and it may be a new marketplace for university, short courses and the like. So let's discuss another tools, that is Ustream. So if you don't have technical assistance to film your event, Ustream does it for you with a few clicks. Then one another widely used tool, that is WordPress. It is popularly used to create your own website on a web platform. Then TEDx, that is idea worth spreading, start off local. Visit this event for great insight into the next thought leaders. So many are run by the academics, okay. So TEDx is a tool wherein various innovative and academic lectures are being delivered, and you can have insight of those particular innovations, and you can continue with those concepts, as well as you can share your concepts with the like-minded people. Then Yammer. So that is private social network for use within an organization. Many universities now using this to collaborate securely across departments, geographies, content and business applications. And finally, one of the most widely used tool, and we people are regularly and daily using this particular platform, that is still the most popular video upload and share destination. So that is YouTube. So friends, there are plenty of tools that we can use and they are widely available for education, or in fact you can use these tools for education. So social media can never be said as it is a time pass or it is a wastage of time, but you can use those particular platform for a specific purpose, and that will be helpful and that will be operational or productive to your work. Now let us discuss another thing that is related to social media for health. It is not always social media is being used for fun and entertainment, but nowadays many of the applications are available, many of the tools, web applications are available. They can be used to improve the health, to get some sort of health related services. So here I have listed a few applications that you can use to have a service related to health. So Practo, that is again one of the local platform that is being developed by some of the developers from India only. So they are being used to connect with the doctors, consultant online, order medicines. So Practo is more than an app for finding doctors, where it's booking doctor appointments, ordering medicines, scheduling diagnostic test, or having an online consultation with your doctor. So Practo helps you find online medical services and solutions to enable you to take better care of yourself. So that is most widely used, or many of the people are using this particular platform for this health related services. Then Medisafe, it is kind of pill reminder and medication tracker by Medisafe. Millions use Medisafe to stay safe with their meds and keep track of blood pressure, glucose and another measurements. With Medisafe, you can easily share results with doctors to track better outcomes and faster. Then one of the tool or one of the app that is being used, that is MIFit. So MIFit tracks your activity, analyze sleeps, evaluates your workouts. Lots of video tutorials keep you motivated and help you build a healthier, more enjoyable daily routine. So that is again some of the very good tool, very good app. Then Pacer app, so that is pedometer, step counter, weight loss tracker app that syncs steps and calories and track your steps, walking and weight loss with this free health counter. So you can use weight and track walk distance and calories burned using 24/7 step counting from your pedometer. So these are some of the tools that are being used for health. So there are other tools and other applications available on various social media platforms. There are various pages, social media pages available. Okay. So top 20 Indian hospitals on digital and social media marketing in front. Okay. So they are listed over here. So here are some of the report card for Apollo hospitals and all. So some other report card for some other Max Super Speciality Hospital, report card for Fortis Hospital. So various hospitals and services are available on social media as well. Now let's discuss social media for society, that is for the social concern. So nowadays social media is being used for entertainment, but in our earlier slides we discussed that social media is not being used only for the entertainment. It can be used for the education, it can be used for the health and many more. So how exactly it is being used for the society? or for the social concern. So let's discuss something about some sort of points. What exactly is social validation? So on social network, we tend to associate our self-worth with the number of likes we get on our pictures and posts, or how many people follow us, which becomes a constant source of stress and anxiety. So that is worried point, or that is a point related to worriness. So people are always focused on, once they have posted some sort of post or text or any of the picture, they are always focused about how many people or how many users or how many friends have liked it. Okay. So within an hour or within a 30-minute, okay, people used to check their mobiles, okay, how many users have liked it or how many friends have liked it, how many comments have come, what is the comment. So that is all about, that increases their stress and anxiety. Then social comparison, that is something related to insecurity, and it is again a very nice thing. So the reason we struggle with the insecurity is because we compare our behind the scene with everyone else highlight reel. That is again one of the social concern point. Fear of missing out. It is normally today for people to get extremely panicky and frustrated if they are not able to access internet for any reason. It is known as fear of missing out, that is, we can say FOMO. So for a few minutes, suppose your mobile's battery has got drained, so you always think about, how can I charge this mobile? Okay, number of people who are communicating with you and you are got missed out. If your internet is not working, you are just checking how exactly I can connect to my internet, and that is something related to fear of missing out. Then distraction. Social media is available to anyone at any time, but we constantly keep going online to see what new things has happened. Very often we see people forgetting to enjoy and stuck inside their phones texting people who are not even there. So our phones and tabs can constant source of distraction. So these are some of the social concerns and that we should focus on. Then another one is procrastination. So another big issue is that due to social media, we are now habituated to delay or postpone important urgent tasks. So hence it is very important to set out priorities straight and manage our time. So many of the people, what exactly they are doing? So during their free time, or whether they are working on their important projects or while driving, okay, we are just focusing on how, okay, fine, is there anything available on social media? Is somebody has some text or some send some sort of message? So they are constantly focusing on various tools, and that is worrisome. So narcissism, that is, social media has given us platform to express ourselves. So it is a free zone that brings out a very personalized opinion about things which are viewed and valued by a large mass. So however, overuse may lead us to over-evaluate the importance of our opinions and narrow our way of accepting the others' views. Hence, we need to keep adequate knowledge of its positive and negative effects. So this is one of the most important thing, wherein people always, they are ready to jump into somebody's conversation and they are not accepting other views. So, and it creates, it spoils the relation of some of the very good friends. Okay. So though you can express your views, but it is not always accepted by other, and you should have some sort of courage to accept others' views. Okay. So whatever content or whatever things have been presented onto social media, Okay, so it might be a comment, it might be a joke. Okay, so you should not link it with your day-to-day life. So friends, with this we are concluding this session. So for the next points related to social media and its social concern, we'll discuss in the next session. Thank you. Thanks for being with us.